Hi and welcome to this 7 video capsule about health and family health. Today we are going to talk about love and relationship. Love, friendships, relationships, all that work together. We are from millennials. We have developed ourselves as human in a context of survival. 150% of our attention was outside of us to survive, to the nature, the animals, and industrial revolution is a very new process that gives us comfort. But until there, we have been struggle with constantly to adapt, to survive. There was much more war in the past. Today, we are in the world. It seems to be not the reality, because with the news we have a lot of news that something go wrong, but we never have been so much in peace than today. So it's really today that we have the chance to reverse this instinctual nature to develop our human nature. And all the wise people of native or all different culture has invited us to get rid of this instinctual nature that take 150% of our consciousness and attention, to reverse completely and to develop 75% for the holy nature in us, the light nature, the tachonic field that we talked before, to be connected with this inner field of all potential. 75%, when 150 was completely designed for survivals. Whoa, we have a problem. It means we have to compress this 150 in 25%? Are we ready for that? This is what we call a quantum leap. And when the idea is not to succeed to this amount of change, but at least to start the path toward that. When Gandhi, again, is so renowned that it's so simple to take a wise man like him to understand this path. When you say you want the peace in the world, work on yourself, clean yourself, enlighten yourself, make you better, and the world is going to change. To know, we understand with many laws, we connect the law of the butterfly, that the vibration you emanate have an impact on the whole environment around you. Epigenetics explain that. Anybody who are carrying with them a kind of peace and harmony change the field of a room, of a crowd. So it's become true more than ever that the change is not outside, it's inside us. And in relationships it's very important. We have seen previously this famous couple in four, meaning that when you're connected with this inner light, as man, my one is feminine, but it's pure potential, pure everything. And my partner, if she's a woman, she has a masculine, pure energy that I can connect. And these two energy can connect together. So suddenly, I built a couple, not based on two survival mode of 150 attention on survival. When we are like that, we have what we call subconscious hook. Survival subconscious hook. So we attract someone that we think we are going to survive better with this person. But it could be constant hell, constant fight, until with this person having the same problem as me, we are going to fight together side by side. And but of course we will have war together, because survival, there is no friendship in survival. It's an animal reaction. We will have that with the kid, but not in the couple, not in the friendship. So it's always interests that are there, constantly interest to survive. If we change completely this paradigm and enter in this inner work and start to think that everything is inside, our health, our happiness, either our most beautiful experience of love, joy, suddenly we have to nurture this part of us, this moment in nature, inside us, listening music, taking time to nurture and cultivate this void, which is in fact full of this light, and have this type of experience. So it's how we come to pretend to master our destiny. And to start, I recommend you a wonderful book. It's in French, Man in the Conquer of Its Destiny. As soon we start to get out of this 150% of attention to the survival and develop and try to work on ourselves to be a more happy person, we start to handle our destiny, and we get out of obligation from our environment, whatever the environment is. If we are just in survival, we have to adapt constantly, and just that. If we start to nurture and culture our inner peace, we have an effect on the environment. We are able to change it, to work on our family, on our friends, on our couple. So this is why I invite you today. For that, there is many tips that could help you, and today it takes a few books. One of them is the 4 Toltec Accord, I hope in English, from Miguel Ruiz, and it's a tool to free yourself from the survival mode and learn tips how to constantly ask yourself the good question, to constantly come back to you. In fact, the first thing to learn is to escape the survival mode, to nurture the inside world. But for that, we have to escape the first one. This book is very good for that. It helps you to come back to yourself. Another book that I haven't taken is the famous technique Ho'oponopono, is to feel responsible of everything around you. 100% what's happened, talk about me. I'm the universe is talking to me. If something happened around me, it's talking to me. So let's go with a book of a very dear friend, Jean-Philippe Brevion, called Evidence. And it's a book that helps you to read more deeper again, that everything which is around you is talking about you, and you start to feel not victim of the environment, but a creator in it. And you can find resource just in yourself, with this light, with this inner peace, to start to create, to modulate your environment without forcing it, without manipulating, just by spreading more happiness, more joy, more quality, something more nurturing for our environment. And of course the environment is going to answer. And this is a principle to have an harmonious relationship with couples. It brings me to another book, which is Be the Author of Your Life, Become the Creator, from Michel Noel, and I think it's translated in English. And again, it's author that start to understand these keys. More you nurture your inner life, more you can start to become the author of your life, and not be the victim, and not be the offender, which is both. It's a survival mode that called the savior, the famous health triangle of psychology. My other dear friend, Bruce Lipton, talk about the new cell biology, and it's more about epigenetics, but it's to dig again on that. And to finish, I wish to finish about the book. I wish to introduce you the famous Marshall Rosenberg. This book talk about the unbelievable resources of angriness. This man, in fact, has developed the principle of nonviolent communication. It's very interesting to know that the biggest company in the world, like computers company, and a lot of industry now use nonviolent communication to increase their income. But in the other hand, the Dalai Lama has introduced the nonviolent communication of Mr. Rosenberg in the monastery to avoid that monks have problem in their relationship. Nonviolent communication is very simple. Instead to be in the survival mode and constantly attack or defend yourself, you start to talk about yourself, how you feel. Something happened around you, you inform your environment, your husband, your wife, your friends, that these things that's happening around you make you feel good. That's nice, but it's important to say. So the other have a landmark to feel good, to feel great, to feel happy, to have pleasure, or that you feel bad, that you feel used, that you feel abused, that you feel irrespected, that you feel denied, that you feel hurt, that you feel mixed up. And when you can express that you feel like that and you don't understand exactly why, and you ask help to the environment around you, your husband, your wife, your friends, I don't understand what's going on in our relationship, in what we are experiencing right now, but this is how I felt. Could you help me? I don't know if it's come from me, from you, from something else. Could you help me? This attitude of exposing yourself is based on humility. You expose yourself as someone who experiences a difficult situation and asks for help. So you put your little hands in the highest hands of people around you. You trigger the highest nature on the other, this luminous nature in the other. And suddenly, because you trigger this not survival mode on your partner, on your friends, suddenly they listen to you. They say, oh, something wrong, and my help is asked. It's not to save, it's not to fight, it's not to be reproached, it's not to be complimented, it's not a trade or the seduction. It's really, oh, this person exposed her to me and ask help. So nonviolent communication is amazing. We are all dreaming of a world without violence, and we can have access to it now. First, we never have been in a world with so low level of war, world war, national war. Of course, there is violence everywhere. There is 75% of women are still in slavery. 75, but 17% of women are beaten in the state to go to the hospital. There is violence. It seems that there is less than in the past. Children are less abused than in the past. But according to United Nations, 66% in developed countries of children are still molested, sexually abused in more or less deep level. So it means that in the past it was much more. It could be because very degenerative society abuse all children. But there is hope. There is more and more peace in our world. Either if the world gets crazy, either if the merchants rule this world, but we have to use this time of non-war to start to do what Gandhi proposed to us, work on ourselves, start to develop a non-violent communication with the other, expose ourselves, trigger in the other the highest nature, be connected silently to the other on this inner couple, on this feminine or masculine part on the other, which is pure light, which is pure energy, which is pure potential of love, happiness, help, but help not to save, help to share, help to make our relationship better, more rich, like a kitchen help. Bring your fruits, I bring my flavors. And so this is an invitation today to dig on this avenue of the nonviolent communication. And to end this capsule, I wish to invite you to make the experience at work, at home, with your parents, with your partner in life, with your friends, to talk about your feelings gently, softly. You could be very shy when you do that. You can start to just make a statement of how you feel in the situation. When people have intercourse, if it's not nice, women dare to do that, and it's a very exposed moment. But they know that if they don't do that, it will never change. Imagine this level of intimaity, without the sexuality of course, but in the normal relationship. Expose how you feel and how you show to the person that you pay attention to your inner state. So you trigger by being connected to your inner state, the inner state of the other. And you trigger that you pay attention to your life and not just the survival. In the survival, until we are not bitten, eaten, and half dead, we are fine. But how fine? How fine are you? As soon as you talk about your inner life, you trigger the level of life and no longer the survival. So you get out in the relationship of the fight, flight, or freeze. You get out of domination and dominant and dominator and dominant and savior. So you quit this triangle to trigger another triangle, a triangle of confidence to create you, the other, and the meeting, the sharing. And we enter in this key that we have talked before. As soon we are able to create a line, a meeting point, a midline in between each other, a place of interconnection, of listening and expression. We can at that time receive the deep love of someone and express our deep love. It's not necessarily with talking. It could be with the eyes, the attitude. It could be with certain gesture, as we do with kids. It's so simple. But what we do with kids, we always see the potential. This nature, they are so fresh. It's so easy to see in them. Why are we not be able to use our mind, our heart, our imagination to restore this part which is constantly present on all human beings, on elders, on young people, on busy people, on angry people? It's always there. So it's about to us to share our inner life and trigger this inner life in the other. Thank you for this capsule. Have a nice day.